What is the MMDA's take on this statement of Secretary Panelo? Well, joining us right now is Spokesperson Celine Pialago to answer that and tell us more about the MMDA's plans this holiday season. Good morning, Celine, and welcome back to New Day.
Good morning, and good morning to all of our viewers this early morning.
Okay, so Secretary Panelo has said that there is no transport crisis, but there is a traffic crisis. What's the difference, and what is your take on that?
Actually, Ms. Rhea, this is just more of semantics. No, we acknowledge that there is a problem. First, number one is congestion. If we speak on the volume of vehicles traversing EDSA alone, we are now at 410,000 daily, which is EDSA has the carrying capacity of 245,000 only daily. So there's a problem. So we don't want to argue more with the semantics, either it's crisis or problem. It depends on our netizens on how they experience it. But for us, I would just like to assure them that we acknowledge that there is a problem.
All right. So, it's not just the MMDA working alone, of course. You have the Highway Patrol Group that is helping you. You have the usually you have the cooperation of the mayors. Can you say at this point the MMDA is doing everything it can to ease this problem?
Honestly, ma'am, our mandate is more of transport and traffic management, but rest assured that we are doing our best in terms of the clearing operation, apprehending violators, intensifying our no-contact apprehension policy. We all have this, but we can only do so much. If they're asking for infrastructure that's no longer in our agency, if they're looking for more laws like phased-out policy, we need a law for that. The no car, no garage policy, we're waiting for the implementing rules and regulations. It is very much important that the public knows what's the only mandate of my agency, which is MMDA.
Okay. Well, you mentioned earlier that there's about, 410,000 cars on EDSA daily. That number is going to increase to at least 480,000 as the holiday season approaches. And the MMDA is looking to speak to mall owners to limit their sales and adjust operating hours. Tell us more about that. What exactly are you asking of them?
Yes, ma'am. Every Christmas season, we used to have this small hours adjustment in terms of their operating hours. So we will have our dialogue with them on the third week of October, and we will request for the adjustment of their schedules. For example, now they're opening at 9 to 10 in the morning. That would be 11 in the morning, and their closing time would be at least 11 or 12 midnight. And we will also request for the adjustment of their delivery hours, which would be 11 p.m. to 5 in the morning, and no sales on weekdays. And as much as possible, well-coordinated events, because, ma'am, as you can see, if they conduct mall concerts, mall events, that can cause traffic because of the number of motorists and mall goers going inside to watch the event. So we are requesting for additional securities also, at least to help us in controlling the traffic situation outside their mall premises.
All right. Now, of course, you cannot compel the malls to do this, but in the past, they've been quite cooperative, would you say?
Yes, ma'am. In the past 2 to 3 years, they're very cooperative. So we are expecting no problem for this Christmas season, especially this year.
Okay, so you do expect them to cooperate.
Yes,
and basically what will happen is the malls will open later and close later.
Yes, ma'am.
So parang iniiwasan yung morning rush hour
yes,
and yung afternoon rush hour.
Yes, ma'am. Because as we estimated, every malls, we have 17 malls in EDSA alone. No? When I started in MMDA, it's just 15. So that's what I've mentioned earlier, ma'am. The problem is really congestion. So as we've seen it and monitored it, every malls as early as 9 in the morning has 1,000 at least motorists going inside the mall. So at least we can save that 1,000 motorists from traversing EDSA during rush hour. So that would help a lot.
Okay, so 1,000 times 17, you're sort of taking 17,000 motorists off the road at least.
Yes, ma'am. During rush hour, which is if you're going to the mall at as early as 9 in the morning, you're on the road as early as 7 to 8 to reach to your destination. So that would be a big adjustment for some, but that will create a big impact also for some of the motorists during rush hour.
All right. Now, aside from these adjustments on the parts of the malls, what other suggestions and solutions are we looking at to decongest EDSA and other major thoroughfares during the holiday season?
Well, actually, ma'am, I'll be honest with you. We don't have any specific policies right now or new policies. We will be focusing on our existing policies such as yellow lane, closed door policy, motorcycle lane, number coding scheme, etc. Clearing operations, anti-colorum operations. We will also probably, ma'am, we will ask the DPWH for some moratorium of road repairs. Maybe that, but no announcement yet.
Right. You mentioned road repairs. Can you give us an update on how those operations are going?
Our road repairs, ma'am.
And clearing also.
Yeah,
sorry.
ma'am, in our clearing operation, the ILG already submitted the compliance report of every local government unit. So far, only one city has a low compliance. But the MMDA is continuously doing our clearing operations in Baclaran, Balintawak, and Mabuhay lanes. Again, those are the areas that we are allowed to do clearing operations, major thoroughfares and Mabuhay lanes. And regarding naman, ma'am, about the road repairs, usually it happens midnight on Friday that ends on Monday, 5 in the morning. So no worries on the weekdays. Unfortunately, ma'am, nakakaranas pa rin on weekends ng traffic because of road repairs and road maintenance.
All right. And what was that city that has low compliance?
That's the gig, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Bakit sila low compliance?
I really don't know, ma'am, because it's the DILG who conducted the audit and the assessment for every local government units. So we just supported them. Even the local government, we provide resources, manpower, but at the end of the day, the grading board, the grading system depends on the DILG.
All right. The MMDA needs to work very closely with the Metro Manila Council. How are you guys cooperating, and what suggestions and recommendations are you making to them?
Well, so far, ma'am, after the provincial bus ban, we don't have much more policies to present. We are now focusing on Manila Bay Rehabilitation Cleanup, partnership with the Department of Health regarding the polio vaccination, how to help them. But no more policies as of now. But we will do our next Metro Manila Council before this month ends.
All right. Do you think your organization, the MMDA, is doing enough? I mean, you mentioned how your mandate is limited, right? But given what your mandate is and what you were able to do, can you say that the MMDA is doing everything it can?
Well, ma'am, that would be self-serving if I said yes. But I'll be honest that if this is just our mandate, we're doing much more. We are doing beyond our mandate, and in fact, we've been receiving criticisms behind our mandate also. So what's more important to us is they would understand the limits, the limitations of my agency, and of course the mandate, the power that we have, the areas that we're covered. So at least they would know. They would know what to do and how to help the government as well.
All right. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We do appreciate you coming all the way over here. MMDA spokesperson Celine Pialago, maraming salamat.